think this is an ongoing conversation. This is the first message I wanted to put out, just as far as what I was feeling to say. Like, maybe once I watch this over, there may be another way that I will say it to clear it up, because I don't want it to be misconstrued. My message is very pure, and it's not to downgrade any women who maybe don't have a man or whatever the case may be. It's not because of that. I'm talking purely about energy and what happens when you allow yourself to focus on your part that you're supposed to master instead of trying to do everybody else's job and then not looking out for yourself. Hey, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. Today, we will be talking about things that I feel like the Divine Feminine as a collective can be working on. Granted, it's for anybody, but honestly, being truthfully, this is for my people. So my views may not be the same as yours, and when I say my people, I mean those who are of my like mind, and understanding and overstanding of your role here. Where should I begin? The message that I want us to give off for the Divine Feminine is one lesson is that I keep hearing is learn how to be protected. Allow yourself, not learn, but allow yourself to be protected. Now, the power in this is taboo for some. Some people may not see that that's practical as this day and age, as we like to say. And I agree, it's not always about being protected from everybody. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not here to protect you. But when it comes to men, and when it comes to men that are in your life, there has to be a part where we let our guard down enough and we lower our defenses so that the men in our life, or the man in your life, granted that he is a man, okay, and not just someone with a dick, granted that this person is a man, we have to allow them to protect us because that's their role. Now, what happens when we have a job or we have something to do, but somebody else is always doing it for us? Whether this is in work, you'll feel annoyed. Even if you don't like working, you'll feel like, well, what the hell am I here for? If it's the other way around, let's say that the man is trying to do all of the feminine quality things that we're here to do as women, as divine feminine entities. If the man is stepping on our toes and trying to do what we're supposed to do, we're going to naturally be upset. Or you may just see it as you don't need the man because they're not doing their job correctly, and then that's where the imbalance comes in. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that every man you come across is going to be the person you need to allow to protect you. And I'm not saying that every man that you come across is good, but I'm also not saying that they're bad. What I'm saying is there's a line that starts to become more clear when you are really truly working on yourself as a divine feminine, and you're learning what your power is within this realm that we live in and what you have manifested here to do as a woman. It's very, very deep. And part of that is learning to submit. And again, I know that the word or the connotations behind it does not sound, it doesn't sound good. It just doesn't. Like, especially just with what we've been taught. And a lot of us have a lot of trauma that when you hear the word submit, it's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I'm not saying to be foolish. I'm not saying don't have your wits about you. I'm not saying do not be a strong woman. But what I'm saying is learning to submit to the right person will create an atmosphere where you can actually create and evolve as the woman you're supposed to be, because you're not worried about being defensive. The man is there to protect and defend you. So, or the masculine energy is there for that. It was created just for that, just so that it could defend, protect, and provide for the feminine energy and its offspring, to keep the whatever you would like to call it, the nation, the people, the race, whatever, going and growing. So when we're not submitting, or if we don't have a sense of security, rather, I think that sounds a little bit better. If we don't have a sense of security within a man or a masculine figure around us, who also understands his role, and he's not overly aggressive, and he's not, towards the feminine energy. When he understands his role, and when you get to understand your role, there is a magic that just naturally happens where you're able to expand and evolve and create. And that's what you're here to do. And I'm not talking about children. I mean literally create. You're here to receive messages, energies, heal, information. All types of things will start to unblock itself because you're focused on what you are here to do. Because you have the freedom to, because you have something or someone who's there to protect and surround your energy field so that you can manifest the things that you're trying to create. But when we're not in that mode, we're just in survival mode and we're looking for problems. We run into problems, we attract, because we are vessels that bring in things as women, right? We attract the exact thing that we're afraid of because that's constantly on our mind. So again, if you are in a situation where you understand what I'm saying and it's just hard for you to kind of allow someone to be that person for you, by all means do the work on yourself and trust your own intuition. That's also part of the work of knowing if a certain person is there to help you, hurt you, or mislead you. You know, you have to do your own, you have to have your own discernment on the people. But I'm saying as a role, feminine and masculine, you should not feel like you have to do all of the protecting when it comes to yourself and when it comes to just your energy. You know what I mean? You should not be on guard all the time. Granted, do what you gotta do to protect yourself in this world that we live in today, but I'm talking energetically, because it really does, it just blocks a lot of what you could be, you know, bringing towards yourself. And that is a lesson in submission. Submission is not about just letting someone else tell you what to do or something. Submission is more about allowing your guard to come down and allowing the person that you choose to be within your life, or to be that man that you know have chosen, to allow them to do the hard stuff for you that you don't want to have to deal with, so that you can really create and evolve and beautify and you know, work your magic, literally. Like, that's really what it's about. So it's kind of hard to really like explain, I guess. It's something that you just have to kind of work through, and like the more you do it, the more you understand, and the more you realize the words that we use to describe what I'm saying, it doesn't match what I mean. Because it's really, you submitting does not make you less than or anything. It just makes it to where you're just focused on your being and you're focused on you, so that you're able to really be this bigger entity and align with your divine feminine power. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about weakening, it's not about dumbing down, it's not about laying down, and it's not that at all. It just means I've chosen something, I've chosen a person who can protect me as my, you know, my army of sorts, so that I can actually create. And so it's an exchange. It's an exchange. Because if you're not creating as a woman, you're gonna see it within yourself. You're gonna start deteriorating. And when the woman deteriorates within a home, the house follows right along with it. So, because you know, there's many ways to look at it, but I genuinely believe that women are the spirit of the life force. I believe men are the life force as far as they outwardly project that, but I feel like women are the spirit that inhabits that life force. So if you're down and out, it's gonna show. It's gonna show up in everything you do, everything you say, the way your children are feeling, the way that they're, you know, eating and just all of it. So allow yourself to be protected, and if you don't have a person necessarily who you've chosen, understand that when you are about to choose someone, that is something you should be looking into. Like, do you feel protected? Do they allow you to be vulnerable? Do they allow you to be submissive to where you don't feel like you're making the wrong choice, or that they're abusing their power, or just trying to belittle you? Like, it's not about that at all. It's really about a balance, and it's about allowing me as a woman to be a woman, you know, instead of having to do both roles. You understand? So yeah, I think that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.